Welcome back to Corner by Corner. Today we're looking at turns 5 and 4 in the clockwise run direction. It's downhill, it's blind, and then it's back on the throttle for a very fast transition through turn 4. I've got it on the computer. Let's take a look. Turn 5 clockwise begins with a strong drive from the exit of turn 6, trail braking past the turn into a sharp mid-corner elevation transition through an uphill and fast turn 4. The exit of turn 4 is forgiving and rewards generous throttle. It's a fast and fun section of Eagles Canyon, but it's not easy. The entry to turn 5 presents the rider with a visual challenge. Because of the downhill entry, the corner apex is blind for many riders until after turn-in, and blind for all riders where braking begins. So thinking back to episode 6 and the technique of solving a corner backwards, how do we plan for turn 5 if we cannot see the apex? Solving for this problem requires a different technique, riding by reference point. We can see where we want to be exiting turn 5, parallel to the curbing at the back of the track. And we can see the corner entry too. Reference points leverage what we know about the track to create the additional information we need about the corner apex location, even before we can see it. We discussed reference points briefly in 2 of our earlier episodes. The tower was mentioned as a reference point for following the correct exit of turn 14 counterclockwise. And the corner worker stand was mentioned as a visual reference point for approaching turn 11. This example is useful for the entry of turn 5 clockwise. While approaching turn 5, the curbing at the back of the track is visible before the corner apex. As a reference point, this helps corner planning. A rider approaching turn 5 already knows where the slowest point in the corner will be, thus informing where braking should begin. The exit curbing of turn 5 informs the apex location as well. The shape of the corner is already known. So between where braking begins and the target exit location and trajectory, a rough idea of the required corner radius, speed, and lean angle required is known too. And just after this commitment to the corner turn, the apex appears, and the corner can be completed normally. Knowing the back of the track could be made correctly, with the correct trajectory, was the additional information required to plan for a corner entry and apex, even though the apex remained blind until after turn-in. The reference point worked perfectly. Exiting the turn 5-4 section is less technical than the turn 5 entry. With the bike at the back of the track, turn 4 becomes a forgiving uphill transition. So roll on the gas and get through turn 4 as quickly and safely as possible without running out of track on the approach to turn 3. Kyle is especially aggressive on the throttle exiting 5 and through the turn 4 transition. It's a great illustration of what can and should be done exiting this section. Rider preferences for reference points will differ, and there's no perfect answer for every corner and every rider. Some riders prefer references on the track itself, such as a curbing or marks in the surface. Other riders benefit from references up and off track, which helps slow down time. Either are fine, provided they give the information required to plan trajectory and path, and ultimately improve skills and lap times. And as riders improve, it's customary for new reference points to be required to continue lowering lap times. Let's use time alignment to explore the lines of pro coaches Ty and Ryan and Kyle Coles to examine the turns 5-4 section and the subtle differences between these fantastic riders at a track record pace. All 3 riders use an outside entry to turn 5, commit to the turn before the apex is visible, and transition back to the throttle through the uphill turn 4. Kyle and Ryan both turn in slightly inside for turn 5. Ty is a bit more patient with turn in, likely reflecting a less defensive line that's ideal to the track but perhaps doesn't hold off second place just as well. Like Kyle and Ryan, Ty's drive through turn 4 is generous with the gas and uses plenty of track on the way to turn 3. Acceleration through turn 4 is the secret to overtaking in this section. The line in turn 4 is more relaxed and permits an outside pass on the apex or just after easily. Most riders will transition back to the left exiting turn 4, setting up for turn 3, creating an overtaking opportunity using an inside entry to turn 3, a topic we will explore in depth in a later episode. If you like this kind of analysis, imagine having your own coach doing this for your ride, reviewing the video captured of your on-track session and working with you in the classroom to make your next ride better. If this kind of analysis appeals to you, consider joining us for a coaching day at Sport Rider Coaching. We'd love to have you at Eagles Canyon Raceway.